Hello everyone, welcome back to AutoCAD tutorial. It's good to see you again. Today, as promised in our last video, we're going to start with 3D design, but definitely you must draw a 2D before you convert to 3D, right? So we're going to use this sample drawing here. We're going to draw exactly what is on the screen now, and then we'll convert it to 3D. So this is not a 3D design, but we will just try to use some 3D commands to see what will happen if those commands were used. So let's start right away. Now let's analyze the diagram. We have an internal circle here of diameter 4 units and another circle close to it, external by 6 units. The diameter is 6 units. So we're going to draw, we can use radius. Okay, so anyone you want. The radius will be 2 units here, radius will be 3 units here. So let's start with those two circles. Start drawing circle. Make sure you try to check what you're doing. This is center diameter, this is center radius. So just locate the center and type in the radius 2. Okay, you can see it is very small, so you have to double click on your mouse, on your scroll bar on your mouse, for it to be brought closer to you. Draw the second circle, radius 3 units. Okay, we have this now. Let's go back and see. Okay, we have the first and the second circle. Now the next thing to do is to make sure that this particular shape is obtained. Okay, so we're going to try to obtain this shape before we move on. But how was the shape obtained? Let's observe and see. Do you see this line here? This is a vertical line from the center of the circle, this line coming down like this. All right, so and this particular line was there's an angle of inclination for this design here, and that particular angle is 110 degrees. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to draw a vertical construction line, say 1 and 2. I will draw a normal line at an angle 110 degrees to this vertical line, and by there I will cut out every external part. Let's watch and see. Okay, so obviously we have angle 110. Now I said we'll take a construction line, draw the construction line like this. Okay, and then we'll take a normal line right through the center. You can see that is the center, right through the center, and away like this. We're going to draw 110 degrees. Okay, so let me just okay, let's do it like this. When you start from here, you're at 0 degrees. Here is what? 90 degrees, right? And here is what? 180 degrees. But right now you are to draw from here. So let's draw like this. This is 270, right? To this place, that is minus 90, right? Now minus 20, that is 90 to this place, 20 to this place, that is 110 degrees. Meaning at this point we are at 180 degrees because you are starting from here, 180 degrees. Now remove 20 from that 180, I will have 160. So I can just say 8 as the unit of this line. Okay, then hold shift on your keyboard, less than, and write 160. I think you understand what I just did here. If you don't understand, you can drop a comment on the comment box. I will make sure I will explain again if I have to. Okay, so you can watch our previous videos. We have shown a lot how to calculate the angles. So just know that you have the first quadrant here, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. So here is 90, here is 180, from here to here 270, from here to here 360. And whenever you are calculating any angle on your design on AutoCAD, you must start like this in the counterclockwise direction. If you go like this, you will have to know what you are doing. Okay, therefore, since the angle was from the vertical line here like this by 110, I just simply know that from this place to this place is 217 degrees, 270 degrees. And by that, if I come back here, I have removed 90, so I'll be left with 180 degrees. If I come here like this, I have removed 20, that is 20 plus 90, 110 degrees. Okay, so if I remove 110 from 270, I'll be left with 160. That's why I put 160 here to get this position, the vector, the direction. Now we are going to take trim and trim this and this and this. Okay, so you see this particular diagram. Sorry, we still have to trim this and this. We have the first shape. The next thing to do is to just take it and go to polar array, locate the center will always be there, and select 3 items because they were 3 in number. Close. This is how you get the first, this particular internal design here. Now the next thing we are going to draw is we are going to draw these 5 circles, 1 2 3 4 5, but definitely we just have to draw the first one and then make a copy and array for the other one. So if you have to draw it, you either draw from here, just draw the circle here, or draw the circle here and make an array in this direction. If you draw it here, make the array in this direction. If you should draw it here, you make the array in this direction. Very simple, right? So this particular circle was drawn in concentric to this design, right? So we are going to take the radius of this circle. Let's look for it. You can see the radius is 6 units. Look, that is the same circle. Okay, the radius is 6 units, so let's get that drawn. And there is an angle of 120 degrees on this part. So exactly what we did just now to get this angle, let's try to do that again. We will draw a vertical line and make an angle 60 degrees here, make another angle 60 degrees here. Okay, although we don't need to do both sides if we're going to use just one circle. So I'll draw a vertical line, make an angle 60 degrees on this point. Okay, but first draw a circle of radius 6 units, circle radius 6, and construction line vertical. Okay, maybe we should put this one as well, doesn't matter. So we are going to take a line, draw from here and draw an angle 60 degrees away like this. Okay, now do you realize that you have to calculate again? This is 0 degrees, this is 90, this is 180, this is 270, and I want to draw from this place like this away by 60. So 270 plus 60, that will be 330 degrees. So I can just say 10 as the unit of the line is useless, we are going to delete it. 10 as the unit of the line, hold shift and less than on your keyboard and write 330. How was the 330 obtained? 270 degrees plus 60 degrees, that is 330 degrees. Enter. Now we can draw the little circle on this point. Check and see. Okay, the little circle is diameter 2 units, that means the radius is 1 unit, so radius 1. And right now I will pattern this little circle. Go to circular pattern, select this. You can see it's trying to circulate the whole circle. We are going to select 5, and also we will go to the angle and write how many degrees. Check. This is from this place to this place is 60, to this place 120 degrees. So we're going to write 120 degrees. 120. Do you see the direction? How do you change the direction? Just come straight to this point, direction. Okay, it has changed. Okay, if you want to change it again, click on it and you see it's turned to the other side. So direction. And now we have the 5 circles. Check. Is that okay? So now enter. Let's delete this away, we don't need it anymore, but we still need this particular circle. Okay, so for us to get, in order to get this design, we will have to use this vertical line again. You can see the vertical line going up here to draw this particular angle 60 degrees. How? this vertical line, half of the 60 degree will be 30 along this right hand side, 30 along the left hand side. So we're going to draw a line angle 60, angle 30 degrees to the vertical line here to get this particular design. The radius is also 1 unit. Okay, line, draw away like this. Let's just say the length is 10 units. Hold shift on your keyboard, press less than to switch to angle. You know, if you are going like this, from this place is 0, you can see it counting 30, that's 30, 40, you know, up to 90, right? This is 90 degrees, but we want to draw the line like this by 30 degrees, meaning if you are calculating like this, it will be 60. Okay, the angle along this point will be 60, but along this point will be 30. So we are going to write 60 degrees. Okay, from the first quadrant, from this horizontal line here to this point is 60, but from this point to this point is 30. That is what matters. Now we are going to draw circle of radius 1 unit. Okay, radius 1 unit. With that, we'll just mirror this circle to the other side, because the same angle here is there as well. So do you know where to mirror? Okay, the mirror is around this position. If you cannot find it, you simply click this and go to this. That is mirror. Okay, we're going to mirror along the center, drag it up, not like this. If you drag it like this, it will go down. Like this, it will also go down. Therefore you have to drag it up opposite to the circle face, then click and then enter. So we have the 2 circles. I can delete this line now. The next thing is to look back and see there is another circle from this center to the circle, that is the radius is 7 units, and this other circle down here, you know, the radius should be given. Even if the radius is not given, you should know that you will draw a circle that will end exactly on this point. Okay, so let's first and foremost take a circle, draw radius 7 units. You see that it's touching the edge. We are going to take another circle, okay, and draw right from here to this place. You know that from this center to the external circle here is what? Radius 7 units. You can see it right there. But to the internal circle is radius 6 units, meaning to this point will be what? Radius 5 units. So they don't want to give you, but they know that what you can just use your brain to calculate these basic stuffs. So select trim and trim this. I think we'll just trim all this three. Sorry, trim all these 3. This that is all. Okay, so as for this and this, and okay, we can delete them. We have this design in position, so we're only left with the outer design, the remaining design here. So let's get it done. The radius of this external circle, the biggest circle on this design, is 10 units, and there is a circle drawn at the intersection between the vertical line and the circumference of this circle, and the circle is of radius 1.60. okay, so first and foremost, circle radius 10, another circle on this point, radius 1.6. okay, and we'll take a trim and trim this and this and this and this. As simple as that. I think we will now take this and go to arrays, but before that, how many copies were made? We have to count from here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, right? So I'm going to select array, polar array, and go to this place and come to this position and write 12. Enter. You can just close it here. You see that this particular circumference have to be cut off. You have to trim them, if not you will not have what you're looking for. You're trimming the circumference. Okay, so I think we have the design now. We're going to delete this line and this line. Do you see how simple it is? Quite simple, right? Now you can see that this is still an array. It's still so very much connected, and if you want to convert it to 3D today, or you want to select, you will have trouble selecting. So we're going to explode this particular array so that they are on there, or they become a single entity on their own. So we'll select EXPL, just type it, you see it come up, explode. Now this has been exploded. They are no more an array of items, they are on their own now. And you can check, this is also an array. You can see it the moment I click it, it will show the array property. So we are going to explode it as well. Okay, now we have it exploded. They are now on their own. This is an array as well, so now they are on their own as well, but the lines are broken. So we're going to join them all together, convert them to polyline. Okay, that's true. Now we're going to tap on join, or you simply come to this modify, you will see the icon here, join. Now it has been joined. 40 objects converted to polyline, to 6 polylines. So select this. You can see this is still broken somewhere, so we are going to select this and this, join again, J. Okay, select it. Now it's a single polyline. Select this, a single polyline. As for this, polyline, polyline, polyline. So these circles cannot be broken, so there is no need to join anything there. It's a single circle. Now we have the design. Okay, now from here we will try to make this into 3D. We are going to convert it to a 3D design. It looks like a gear, or should I say it's a gear system. Yes, we could have a gear that may look like this. It's you can see. So what we are going to do is we'll just convert it to 3D. So hold shift on your keyboard and hold down the scroll bar on your mouse to rotate, as I am doing. You can see rotating the plane. So we are going to go to solid here, or we can use commands for anything we want to do, but let's just use solid and select press pull or extrude. Okay, so but let's just select press pull, and you see it's trying to process. Okay, it has already been selected. I'm going to hold the shift on my keyboard again and try to rotate it up, because I want to press pull this particular design. Select it. Do you see what I'm doing? It's press pulling. I want you to note that if you don't join, if you forget to join your polylines, if you did not join those lines together, you will have a, should I say, a zinc line, form, you know, more like a face, just a surface design, and that's not what you're looking for. It has to be a solid for it to make sense, right? So unless when that is required, you know. So we're going to draw this to a length, or should I say to extrusion height of 6 units. So enter. Let's go to realistic and see what happens. You see this? This is what we have. Okay, so you can still see that my 2Ds are still down there waiting for me. You know, they can still use them. Next thing to do is we have to go back to 2D wireframe, else you will not be able to select them properly. So for us to be able to select them properly, we have to do it like this. And I'm going to make this as a whole. Okay, how do I do that? First and foremost, I can simply press pull it. Okay, press pull. make sure you try to select it well, so you don't select this face. If you select this face, it will increase the height. So select this and go up. I can just decide to release, right, because I want to make it as a hole, a single hole. Let's go back to shaded maybe. So can you see this? So I'm going to remove this from this particular material, and I will make sure it cuts through. How do I do that? I'll use the subtract command. Okay, so I'll simply select subtract. Now you can see select object. I'll say okay, yes, then right click on your mouse to accept that you've selected that as an object. Okay, now it is now asking me to select another object. What does it mean? What do you want to remove? Okay, look at it. Select solids, surfaces, and regions to subtract. I want to subtract this. Then right click and you see the magic done. Okay, simple, right? So I will not go to shaded again until I'm done. I'll be in 2D wireframe. The next thing I'm going to do is these 5 circles, I'll make a hole with them. So I will select press pull. Okay, this I'll just drop it. This, sorry, I said you should not mistakenly press the bigger design. It is our gear, the main gear. So in case you mistakenly selected, if you made a wrong selection, just click escape on your keyboard. It will release it and return back to normal. So I'm going to press pull those, and this, you can see we have this now. All are standing waiting for command. So because I want to subtract them, I'll simply go to subtract this and remove those 1 2 3 4 5. Once I'm done selecting, I'll just right click and you see that they will disappear. Okay, now we have, these are holes now. They are holes. So should we use this as hole as well? Maybe we should just do that, but definitely we'll have to put another hole for the pulley system, and maybe what do you call it, GS usually they have locking systems, right? The pulley, the shaft. You put the shaft through this place and make sure the shaft is locked in position with the gear. So we're going to just use this to make a hole as well. Press pull this, sorry, again, this, press pull this. Okay, that's not bad. Let's take it higher. From this, now we are going to subtract again. This, remove 1 2 3, and you're done. So let's go to shaded. This is what we have. So the next thing is I'll have to make a hole, although the hole is not part of this design because the original design was 2D, right? So let's make a hole right on this plane. I'll simply go to this place and custom view, and maybe select, okay, because we did not use the front plane, so let's select the top plane. Now we are going to go to home, select 2D wireframe, circle. As you can see, this is 2 units, right? So let's just make a hole of radius 1 unit. Okay, not bad, and try to make a lock on it. So we're going to draw this line up to this point. This is vertical, and this should be horizontal, right? horizontal. So we just try to make a lock using offset by 0.1 from this place to this place, from this place to this place. Okay, and then we're going to offset this by 1.2 from this place to that place. So let that be the little locking system. So, and I guess we should just, I think that's okay. Trim this, and then delete this. Okay, so what will happen with that? That will be a hole as well. Okay, but right now it is drawn at the top of the design. So let's go back to shaded. You can see this is the diagram, the 2D that I've just drawn. And we're going to solid, and we're going to press pull. So look at the reverse press pull we're going to do here. We will tap on this to press pull this, but instead of taking it up, we know that the whole length of this design is 6 units, right? There is no need to take it down and start subtracting again. Let's take it up and write -6 units. It will automatically drill a hole in the opposite direction. Okay, so we have that. Yes, the lock is too small, I know, it's not part of the design, so subsequent videos will be much better than this. Thank you for watching. You see those 2D outlines, we will have to delete them out. So just select your 3D, move it out, and select those and delete. Now we have just the 3D design. How do you feel watching this video? If you love this, drop a comment below. Now I think I'm going to try to put color on this design. Okay, let's go to properties and add color. Maybe you can see this is 3D solid. You can see the color here, so you can put any color you like. I think I would prefer this color, green. This is yellow. Maybe I should just put this green. Okay, thank you for watching once again, and please do make sure to subscribe. I promise this particular channel won't be boring. We are going to do better. Thank you for watching.